What's up, everybody? This is Coburn C Capshaw / at Mr. Smells a Lot. How y'all doing today? This is another Let's Talk Media LLC audio podcast on Saturday. Let's see, the 10th. How we all doing? February 2024. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday as I am as well. Man, yesterday was so much fun. When I got off of work, I ended up taking my little boy over to a McDonald's, and then we went to the play area and had a great time. So I had a Daddy Jack afternoon. It was awesome. Anyway, to all the fathers out there, always cherish every moment that you have with your kids. I mean, I know that's kind of a given, but trust me, you all know what I mean. Especially if you're a dad that really loves your kid as much as I do. Anyway, everyone, so last podcast I talked about why martial arts is important or why it's important for you and why it's good for you, just for your health, mentally and physically, and things of that nature. I was going to continue on with that, but you know what? You've all heard me talk about martial arts. You've seen my martial arts videos. So I have decided to do a new podcast about, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but with how much hatred's in the world, with how much anger's out there in the world, with how much everybody wants to tear everyone down, I feel like we forget to be kind to others, and how it can be good for your mental health, and how it can be good for the mental health of others around you, right? So what we're going to do today is I'm going to look up why being nice to others is important, or why being kind to others is important. And then we'll look up why it's good for your mental health. Ooh, this one's from, let's see if this is a good article. The Harwood Institute. The need for acts of kindness. Okay, human acts of kindness. Let's see. So this is called The Urgent Need for Acts of Loving Kindness by Rich Harwood. Okay, let's see. End quote. Hey, bud, here you go. End quote. I looked over to my right when hearing these words, only to see a young man handing a meal to an older man who seemed to be experiencing homelessness, sitting on the sidewalk. I know there's a long debate about whether such an action actually helps those in need. But in the world in which we live, we all need the acts of loving kindness we can muster. Wow. That's so true. I don't even know how to... Usually I give my little advice on these, but that pretty much just says it all right there. Okay, so he says, as I travel the country, I hear people from all walks of life, from all political persuasions, from all faiths and incomes, lament the state of our nation. Just days ago, I sat in a discussion where people divvied themselves up into opposing camps on an issue and then abruptly stopped talking for fear of end up in a heated battle. Over a week ago, I was in a Midwestern town where people of different political parties saw each other as sworn enemies. Each day, as I watched television news, you would think we are in some kind of civil war, where opponents spew hatred, innuendos, and outright lies. We all know that such overblown rhetoric, overwrought feelings, overdone posturing are leading us down a dangerous path. We risk seeing one another as playing on opposing teams wearing different jerseys. We risk cartooning one another's vital views and heartfelt emotions. We risk dehumanizing one another. Okay, pause. Yes, so that is so true. When you... what I'm taking from this, or at least my perspective is, when you take something personal, unless you're really talking about you, personally, and then it makes you act out, you're dehumanizing yourself and the other person, that you're yelling at. Somebody can have an opinion, right? You can disagree with their opinion, but that just because it's an opinion, that means it's not fact. And if it's not fact, if they're not talking about you, then, that's what he's saying. over overwrought feelings, over the posturing, are leading down to a dangerous path. So like, as opposing teams are wearing different jerseys. So, have a disagreement, but like you can still be friends at the end of it. Like it's okay to disagree. Like not everyone's gonna think the same as you, and that's fine. And honestly, if you don't let the other people feel how they feel to think how they want to think, then that's not good for you, and that's not fair to them. Then you end up being the jerk, and that's not being kind, or that's not kindness. That's being what do they say? Not bigoted, but defiant, I guess, in a way. There's a lot of ways of saying defiant. Anyway, so what then is left? Where do we go? How do we make any kind of collective progress? That is so true. Man, I don't like. Usually, I'm really good at like giving my own little advice at the end here, but this guy he's a really this guy's very intelligent. You can tell he's very smart. Because it does kind of make you think, right? Good job, Rich. So we are failing to see and hear one another. We've forgotten the intrinsic value of one another. Human dignity becomes a victim. End quote. Or, like, today we urgently need more individual acts of loving kindness, end quotes. Excuse me. I have long argued that we need real change in our society, which will lead a true collective action. I have often thought that individual acts of goodness cannot replace such action. Pardon me. But today we urgently need more individual acts of loving kindness. That is so true. This is what I always say. Just be nice to people. Smile. Wave. Say hi. Open the door for someone. Let someone go in front of you. Let someone butt in front of you in line. Just be a good person. It's not that hard. Now, you don't have to be perfect, because like no one's perfect. I never said that. But what he's basically saying is that he has long argued we need real change in our society, which will take true collective action and individual acts of kindness. Like those little things that you do to like be nice to someone, like it might not go seen besides you and the. Hold on, everyone. Excuse me. My mother is calling me. I will be right back. Okay, everybody. Excuse me. I am right back. So anyway, what was I getting at? Is that just do those little acts of kindness, because it can really go a long way. Especially if you do want to show love. Because like I said, this world it really bothers me how mean and nasty this world really is. Not to get too religious, but the devil does play a strong part. And we all need to look at God, and we need to talk to God, and we need to find our own way, our own path with God. Even if you're not close with Him, because you need to have faith, you need to pray, you need to find a way to get closer to yourself, get close with God, and just try to live a good life, or live your best life. And like I said, just be loving, be encouraging, always just be a good person. So let's see. Such acts come in many forms. What was I just talking about? Say hello to the stranger, holding the door for another individual, like I just said, offering up your seat on public transit, or like I said, let someone butt in front of you, provide someone a compliment, visiting the sick, buying the person near you a meal. Right. These acts may not bring about the transformational societal change that you or I seek. They will, however, resensitize us to one another. They will, however, awaken some of our dead senses. They will, however, shine a small light in what can be dark times. They will lift spirits and make us more human. It's a good place to start. Wow. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Let's see. Can I click on this one? Nope. Okay, I thought that was a continuation of that. Okay, I am definitely going to put this source down here under my description of my podcast. That was really awesome. Wow. So now let's look up why being kind to others is good for your health. Here we go. All right, let's see. Lifestyle and mental health. Let's see. The importance of kindness. Foothold.org. Let's see if they got something interesting to say. Let's see. Okay. So, foothold.org. Interesting. I've never heard of them. Let's see. Okay. So, World Kindness Day is a perfect opportunity to pause and reflect on what we mean when we talk about kindness. This small, simple word that we all know and use without thinking carries such a weight of meaning. And yet, how often do we really stop to consider what we are really talking about when we use it? What is it? Who does it apply to? How do we know when we or someone else has been kind? In quotations. What is kindness? So the authors, Andy Thornton, and he's a cognitive... I'm sorry, people. The weather here in St. Louis is not friendly to my throat. Excuse me. Andy Thornton, cognitive behavioral hypnotherapist. Okay. So he says, my old 2001 Oxford Dictionary of English defines kindness as, quotations, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate, end quotations. Interestingly, in quotations, indicates that all three of those conditions are required for kindness to be present. Right. I agree, yeah. So one can be friendly and yet not kind, or both generous and considerate, but not yet kind. Perhaps it's when we become aware of all three conditions being present that we feel for ourselves the pleasure of real kindness. In my work as a therapist, I often come across two distinct ways in which kindness manifests itself. Firstly, and perhaps most frequently, in showing kindness to others. Right. Secondly, much less consistently in showing kindness to ourselves. So, I have a feeling he's going to talk about why you should be kind to yourself and probably do things for yourself mentally that can make you feel good and better about yourself, and then why it's good to do that for others as well, or probably something along those lines. But let's find out. That's just my guess. Why is kindness important? When we practice kindness, either to other people or towards ourselves, we can experience positive mental and physical changes through lowering stress levels and increasing the body's production of feel-good hormones such as dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. Being kind helps boost the immune system, reduce blood pressure, and reduce stress and anxiety. Excuse me. The great thing is that it isn't difficult to be kind. As the Dalai Lama said, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Right. So, geez, I'm sorry, people. I'll be right back. I'm going to go clear my throat. Alright, I am back. So, how do we show kindness? Let's see. So, when I'm at work, even when I'm dealing with a difficult situation, I'm always kind and I always do things with kindness. I always do it with a smile. I'm always, trying to coincide with the other person. I don't yell. I'm not mean. I'm not condescending. I'm not like other security officers. I just want to be mean and authoritative. No, I actually agree with a lot of the times of what people have to say about what they think is wrong with certain things of where at work. But the problem is that there's, because of rules and policies and because of security protocols, there are certain things that, we can't let happen. And Sometimes it's not fair, but sometimes it's just how it is, especially when you're trying to protect a community of all those people that I'm around, Anyway, so let's see. How do we show kindness to others? Showing kindness to others does not have to mean doing something big or life-changing. Exactly. It can be the small little things, like we were saying, Often it's the smallest act of kindness that can be the most, that can have the most impact. A moment of support in a time of need, a quiet word of encouragement, a helping hand to carry a heavy load, or just a smile that says, end quote, I see you, end quote, can make a world of difference. So whatever the act itself, it'll be underpinned by our principles. Okay, so he's got some highlighted words in bold: awareness. We must be aware of the opportunity to be kind. We can't recognize the need if we are completely absorbed in our thoughts, our own world, or our online alter egos. That is, wow. As I'm doing this, as Mr. Smiles a lot. Nobody. No, but how true is that though, right? You need to learn how to break away from technology and all this other stuff and everything else that you feel like is important, and it's like, well, it's really not. Because if you think about it, a lot of times people get mad, angry, and bitter because of the stuff that they see on the internet, right? I mean, shoot, like it makes me mad whenever I see people, in the comment section just being completely mean and tearing people down and like saying all these like little sniper mark comments and then thinking like makes them look cool or funny or whatever, but it really just makes them look like, a person that you would never want to be around. It's like, how do you get satisfaction out of that? Anyway, non-judgment. We must be prepared to suspend judgment if we want to be truly kind. Right. It's hard though sometimes, but anyway, it's not for us to judge the good or bad, right or wrong of another person's situation. It's only for us to recognize there's an opportunity for us to be kind. So it is, the reason I say that, and I'm not trying to sound mean by saying that, but it's one of those things of where you can be non-judgmental, and yes, you should be. I try to be non-judgmental. But it's, what if they continue to be that way, and no matter how much you try to help them, they don't want to change. Well, that's why I feel like it's hard. But maybe what he's saying is that's why if you have that thought, like I think a lot of us do, you have to try to be prepared to suspend that judgment, right? I think that's what he's getting at. Okay, well, at least that's my takeaway from that second one there. Because it's like, you're going to have that judgment no matter what. We're all human, okay? It happens. But maybe it's better to not, and to try to see things from their perspective. Maybe sit there and listen, Listen to the story. See why they are the way that they are. Instead of just sit there and judge them and like give them weird eyes or you gawk at them because you can't understand their own situation. You know what I mean? Because then that's not fair to them. That's why I say that's hard. The non-judgment part is hard, We all struggle with that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, action. We need to work on that a lot, is what I'm getting at. Action. We must act in a friendly, generous, and considerate manner to the person in front of us. Awareness without action cannot be kind. Exactly. Yep. Just be kind because you want to do it. It's in your heart. Don't do it because, you feel like you have to, you're obligated to. Do it because you want to. I'm just gonna say this again. Why do you want to live in a world where everyone's mean to one another, a jerk, trying to tear each other down? It makes no sense, right? So then why not want to live in a world where everyone's nice to each other, where we all love each other, where we're all kind to one another? That's what I'm getting at. Your little small act of kindness can go way farther than you think. Anyway, next bold word, unconditional. Being kind means offering kindness without conditions or expectation of reward. The real reward for kindness is in the inner positivity rather than any external reward or recognition. Right, so like I was saying earlier, even if it's just between you and the other person, that means it's more special because no one else has to see it, like if you being kind. That's why a lot of these other YouTubers get called out for making these videos like, oh, I just, get this poor person, or not poor person, sorry, I didn't mean to say that in a bad way. This person who needs help, give them money, or I gave them a sandwich, or blah, blah, blah. And then you come to find out that they're actually really their friend, and it's a fake video. And they never really needed help. They would just do it for views. That's what I'm saying, is that, like, that's not unconditional. Like, that's a condition of, oh, I'm going to do this for views, and I'm going to do this because I'm trying to make myself look like a good person. And that's when you get called out, because people can tell that you're being fake. And people don't want fake kindness. I mean, fake kindness, that's not real kindness. It's called fake for a reason, Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get mad or anything. It's just like, that's like my little rant. Like, I can tell when people are being fake and when it's not real and when it's not genuine kindness. And it makes me upset, And it should make you upset too, because it's not genuine. Anyway, being kind to yourself. Here we go. Being kind to yourself is not just a nice idea. It's an essential form of self-care and a vital foundation for sustained kindness to others. Right, exactly. Remember those aircraft safety briefings that stress the importance of putting on your own oxygen mask before helping others? Well, kindness to yourself is a bit like that. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, that was a smart little segue. I like that. Here we go. This guy's intelligent as well. Often when I'm working with people, it quickly becomes apparent that they're so strongly committed to taking care of everyone and everything around them that they've forgotten to take care of themselves. Oh my goodness. That really speaks to me, because I've gotten lost in that too, and I know we all have. If anyone has just heard what this guy just said, did you feel that? Because I did. Oh my, yeah. This is why I always make sure that my wife and I go to the gym, or I make sure I take time for myself, or take time for, just her and I, or my son and I, or, take time for, like, our family time, that's why, or, like, if I go for my, like, own little run around the park or the gym, that's my own little time, or if I, do my own, like, little boxing workout, that's my own time, or if I go back to my, martial arts classes, that's my own time. So, like, yes, like, being kind to yourself is, like, taking your own time to take care of yourself. And it doesn't have to be a workout, but what I mean is, like, I guess you could say, like, okay, so when I went running on Thursday, right, it felt amazing. And then I really needed that 15-mile run, 15-minute mile run, and it just felt really good. It was my own time. Helped me clear my head. It helped me feel a lot better. Put me in a really good mood. And really helped me get through my day on Friday. I had a really good day Friday, because it's just that mental, like, clarity of, like, how good my life is. After, like, because that's what running does for me. It makes me realize how good my life is. And that honestly just carried on over into Friday, And I'm definitely going to go for another run Sunday, so that Monday I can be prepared for, like, having a good day Monday. So, tomorrow I'm going to get at it. Anyway, let's see. Where's it? They're going through life trying so hard to look at others, all while not realizing, they don't have their own oxygen mask on. Man, that's some... Ooh, this guy's speaking some serious volumes with this wording right now. Eventually, they reach breaking point and end up sitting in front of me. Right. In bold. Here's just a few simple ways in which you can show yourself a bit of kindness today and every day. In bold, self-awareness. Being kind to yourself starts by building your self-awareness. Listening to your internal voice with a sense of curiosity. What are you telling yourself? How often are you being negative or hard on yourself? How infrequently are you praising yourself, recognizing all the things you are so good at? Consciously recognize the positive things about yourself. So, yes, do that, but also remember, in my opinion, do not... stretching, sorry. get an inflated ego where you think you're better than anyone else, or you think you're above anyone else, or you can do anything better than anyone else, because like it was God that gave you that talent on whatever that area is that you're good at, and it takes your own hard work as well. So if you think that you're better than anyone else, well, you need to have the self-awareness. Yes, tell yourself that you're good at these things, because you know that you are, and you know that you've worked hard to get to where you are, and God gave you that talent too as well. But what I'm getting at is, like, pray yourself. Tell yourself you're, good at the things you do, so you're not so always hard on yourself, but don't let it get to your head. You know what I mean? Because that's the last thing you want to do. Anyway, in bold, generosity. Being generous with yourself and do things just for you. Like I said, when I go for a run or when I do my own thing. Give yourself time. Disconnect from technology for a few hours and get out into nature. Like I said, when I love running around the park. So many people unhesitatingly give themselves to other people and yet find it very difficult to be as generous to themselves. That's so true. So, like I said, do things that make you happy and that are good for your mental health. That make you a better person. That make you happier. That makes you want to, I don't know, be more talkative. Go out there. Just be loving, here we go. Here's a good one. In bold. Here we go. Avoid comparison. Oh boy. Beware the danger of comparisons. We live in a world of TV, advertising, social media that constantly shows us how we are not yet living the perfect life, how we don't measure up to other people. Don't fall into the comparison trap, because this is one route to lots of negative self-talk and critique. The very opposite of kindness, in fact. Oh my gosh. I need to sit back for a second, because that was... Wow. Did you hear that? I got tingles. That's so true. That's insane. Like how... Man. I'm just thinking about myself right now, I'm doing this all the time. I'm always beating myself up like, oh man, like all my other friends I see on social media have all this success, and oh man, like they're doing this and they're doing that, and oh man, like I just think about, but you know what though, like it's okay, because I'm doing my own thing. I'm on my own pace, taking my own time, and that's fine with me, because I'm still doing it, and that's what counts. Recharge in bold. So true. If you're an introvert, as apparently 70% of us are, I'm definitely not. Remember that after working or socializing with other people, after giving yourself to others, you'll need quiet time alone to rest and recharge. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. And doing so means you are being friendly, generous, and considerate to yourself. So, on World Kindness Day, make a point to show yourself and those around you some kindness. You'll feel better for it. Wow, I really like this a lot. You know what? I'm definitely going to make this a part of my source as well. I'm going to send it to myself here in an email once I'm finished here. Anyway, so everybody, thank you all so much for listening. I'm going to wrap things up. This has been another Let's Talk Me LLC audio podcast. If you need a marketer advertiser and you live in St. Louis, or if you need a martial arts coach, please let me know. But also, hey, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Love yourself. Tell yourself that you're good enough, because to me you are. If no one else loves you, I love you. If no one's going to say that you love you, I love you. If you need to talk, I'm here for you. Let me know. Anyway, thank you all so much for everyone that's tuned in, listen, and thank you to everyone who's been interacting with me on social media by watching my videos and helping with my algorithm and just helping with my social media business. So I really appreciate it. I love you all. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been Coburn C Capshaw / Mr. Smiles a Lot. And I will see you all next time.